Hello everyone. So I did my observations at a program called Wiley World in Stockton, California, as I currently reside in Stockton. This is the little girl that I did do my observations on. Her name is Isabella. She comes from a multicultural home. Her mother is Hawaiian and her father is Hispanic. Her home language is English. She does not speak a second language, and she does not have any special restrictions, accommodations, delayed learning, or anything of that nature that I am aware of at this time. Here's the table of contents, how I organized my child portfolio. I did an all about me section. Then I organized it based off of the things that I collected. The first section will be the observations, then the photos, then checklists, artifacts, and any other additional forms that I may need to assist me with the DRDP as well as the assessment. So here's her all about me section. Her name is Isabella. She was born on October 26, 2012, which makes her 4 years old and 1 month. And then I just added a couple of things that she personally likes. Moving on to observations. So for the observations, as you can see, I added the date as well as the time that the observation occurred, as well as what part of the daily schedule it happened during. I also added the measures that I felt that the anecdotals or any type of documentation fell under. And I tried to observe throughout different parts of the day. I do know that most of my observations were the first half of the day. I do have a few in here that was later on in the afternoon. Now this is one of my running records that I did, which was during breakfast time. And here's another running record, and this was during outdoor time. Sorry for the glare. Moving on to the section of photos. For this section, I didn't really put in-depth anecdotal notes with the pictures. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do that or not. I just put kind of what the activity was, the measure, the date, the time. Some of them actually have little notes that I did add that you may not have automatically knew what she was doing or what she may have said if I wouldn't have added it. Like this one, interacting with peers. She also stated her shapes as she was adding her magnetile blocks to the structure that they were building on. You may not have known that she was stating shapes if I did not add that as a little note on the side. Here's another one, which was classification activity that she did by herself. And then here's my checklist. I chose to do the interest in literacy, which is LLD 5. I observed her on 3 separate days, as well as LLD 9, the letter and word knowledge. As you can see, she doesn't know very many of her letters, but she does know a few. Moving on to artifacts, which was her work samples. I did a writing sample. This is more like I guess you could say a fine motor, letter recognition. Her writing. A cause and effect. This was finger painting. And right here I also added another little note to go with it as well. Tracing. Writing of her name as she was assisted during this. And these are my additional forms that I had mentioned before that I would add at the very end, which would help with the assessment. This is the documentation record sheet where I like to use this. It does help with to assist with the assessment, writing the dates of the pieces of evidence that you have provided within the portfolio. And then I also just added a copy of the front cover page of the DRDP, which is the assessment that maybe not everyone uses, but that's the type of assessment that I'm most familiar with that I do use. Let me know what you guys think. That was it. Let me know what you guys think of the portfolio, and I look forward to getting feedback from everyone. Thank you and have a good night.